last Sunday I went to eat lunch at Golden Corral, my daughter and I, and the place was jam-packed with people. As soon as we got seated, you know, we hungry, we ready to go get food. This lady, boom, walked to our table and started talking to us about her business. So she's trying to introduce herself quickly. Of course, you know, she has her script, so I could tell. And plus, I know the business, so I knew exactly what she was doing. But, you know, I decided to be respectful. But I just thought it's rude when somebody is about to go get their food in the restaurant, you're stopping them to tell them about your business. You know, that's just not the right way to prospect, you know. So anyway, so I listened, and she asked me for my name and number, gave me a card, and I told her that I was very familiar with the business. I already know how to get the product. I do use a product, but I do have a way to buy the product, yeah. But that wasn't enough for her. She still told me to give her my information, and the conversation moved to actually, when she gave me her card, it wasn't her card. That's crazy, yeah. She wrote her name. Maybe she was new. I didn't ask her. I was hungry. I was ready to eat. She wrote her name on a piece of paper. I gave it to me, but she handed me a business card with the company and everything, but that was a card for her upline or her sponsor. All right, say, oh, this is my director's card. I don't know why I didn't ask, but I thought that was strange. You know, you don't go prospecting and then hand out somebody else's information, even if you are to go out and prospect. First of all, that wasn't the right place to prospect. It wasn't really the right way. She was a very nice lady, very pleasant. So I decided I was going to listen, and she had some rose flowers, and she was handing out flowers, and you know, clearly they had permission from the restaurant to do that, because they were not hiding. You know, sometimes you go to the stores and you find these people every aisle hunting you down, up and down the aisle, you know, and of course they are hiding. They don't want the store manager or the employees to know what they are doing. So that's a wrong way to prospect. When you have to go to the store or to the mall and start stalking customers and you're hiding, you know that if they know you're doing it, they're gonna kick you out of the store. They're going to kick you out of the mall. Oh yeah, I've had people who got kicked out of the mall. They can't go to the mall. Like, how do you get kicked out of the mall? That's crazy. So anyway, so she handed me her name and number on a piece of paper, asked me to give her my information. Already told her I wasn't going to be buying from her because I do buy the product, but I do have a way, you know, I'm not going to get into the entire conversation, but basically I was trying to tell her I wasn't a good prospect, all right? But she wasn't taking my no for an answer. But I decided I was going to be pleasant, which is what some people do. Sometimes you go out there and waste your time collecting all these leads, and sometimes people don't want to be rude, yeah? So they just give you their name and number. Sometimes they'll give you the wrong number. I didn't give her a wrong number. I gave her my correct number. But listen, I am very familiar with the company, so I wasn't afraid of giving her my name and number. Like I say, she was a very nice lady, but it's not about being nice. It's just as a professional businesswoman or a man, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, especially prospecting. So anyway, that was that. I went and got our food, and we sat down, and while we were eating, oh, her upline was there too. I saw her walking up and down, also doing the same thing, all right, prospecting. But like I said, for them, I could clearly tell they had already talked to the restaurant manager or whoever to give them permission to go there and prospect or do a promotion, whatever they were doing. What really got me is the lady who is her upline was not properly dressed, all right, and we're in a restaurant, all right. She looked very, very nice. Her face, her makeup, her hair, everything was good. A beautiful dress, but one problem: the dress was too short. I mean, like really short, all right. So everything was exposed, everything was out. I'm like, what in the world is going on? I'm actually surprised that the restaurant or whoever gave them permission to be there actually allowed her to walk around the restaurant dressed like that. So anyway, here's the thing. Her skirt, I'm not talking about above the knee. I'm not talking about, you know, when you wear a short skirt or dress and it's slightly above your knees. I'm talking about all the way up. All right, so everything is hanging. It doesn't look, I mean, come on, it just did not look good. All right, so here's the thing. When you guys go out prospecting and talking to people and doing presentation, you are representative of your company. All right, people who don't know your company, they form a picture of your company and what you do based on your based on the first impression, based on how they see you. All right, now I happen to know this company, and I know people from this company dress really nice. They are professionals. I have no clue, I have no idea what happened to this person that they thought they could dress up like that and go out there and tell people that they are professional, and they are introducing their business to people. You know, like I said, her hair was fantastic, her face perfect. All right, her makeup great, everything at the top great, until you start to look towards the bottom. All right, anyway, all kidding aside, it just wasn't a pleasant view. All right, so I'm sitting there observing. You can see other people looking at her while she walked up and down, and it was just not right. All right, but anyway, that's her, and I don't care whether you are heavy set, whether you are skinny. When you're out there as a professional businessman, as a professional businesswoman, you have to be presentable. You know, I'm not saying you go buy suits and wear all these expensive clothes, because clearly whatever she was wearing was nice. All right, when you looked at her from the hair all the way down up until you know where. All right, but you cannot dress up like that and walk around a restaurant or whatever you are prospecting. I mean, come on, this is not a park. All right, so there's a way to dress up. There's a way you can present yourself to people and they will take you serious. But anyway, that wasn't even my thing, the way somebody was dressed, but I just thought that was ridiculous. And I have no idea why maybe she thought she looked cute, and I don't know why her friends, or I think she had two other people with her, the one that I spoke to and one other lady, I don't know why they didn't tell her. Maybe they did and it was too late. You know, it was definitely not cute. But anyway, going back to prospecting, so that to me, I mean, I don't know, maybe it works for you. If it works for you, perfect, just keep doing it. I just don't think it's the right way. When somebody is busy trying to do something and you're stopping them, they're holding food, they're holding their drinks, or you're stopping them to tell them about your business. All right, so there are many places, you guys, that you can prospect. So what you do when you want to prospect offline is you first of all look for network marketing events. Look for networking events in your area. I guarantee you there's a whole lot of them. You just didn't know. Go online. So kind of everything go back to online. If you go online and find local networking events, you will find them. They are meetup groups, yeah, they are trade shows, yeah, they are home shows, they are car shows, they are vendors event. Most towns, I know in my town there's a lot of events that happen throughout the year. And if there are no events in your town, check the next town, right? Go online and check. Or if you don't use a computer, ask somebody else to check for you. Those are good places where you can go and meet people, all right? But this thing of you dress up, you walk in a store, you're hiding because you don't want the store owner or the manager to know that you're there soliciting their customers, it just doesn't make sense. It's a waste of your time, and you're like a stalker, yeah? You see somebody and you decide you're gonna hand them your business card. They go on this aisle, you go on that aisle. They go on the other aisle, you follow them. Come on, stop stalking people in the stores. So anyway, go to these networking events, you know, check with your chamber of commerce. There's so many places. Go to your local town, local municipal offices. I know in my office here, when I go there, I see a lot of information about things that are happening in town, about things that are happening within my borough or in your county. Yeah, there are always places you can check. Go to your county's website, all right? You'll see what they have listed. So those are good places that you can go and talk to people, because that's what they are designed for. There are even people who do there are even groups that do meetings like once a month, there's a group, I think it's BNI, something like that. They do these networking events, so you guys can join those and go and network with people. Another thing you can do is, if you don't have an event, if you don't have a networking event in your town, start one. Yeah, absolutely, you can start one. You can go online and set up a meetup group for your town, and you be the one running that group and invite other people. Yeah, that's one way to do it. It's not always you going to other people's event. You can also set up yours. So those are good ways to network, all right, with other people. All right. Also, if you're out and about and you meet somebody and you're talking, let's say for example in an airport, yeah, when you're waiting in the waiting area, you might be sitting next to somebody and you're talking, or they're talking about the current event, they're talking about politics, they're talking about anything, yeah? So you're having this conversation with this person that you don't know. That's a good opportunity for you to give them your business card and tell them who you are and what you do, yeah? Exchange numbers. If you're sitting next to somebody in a plane for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, that's another good opportunity to tell them about your business. But don't just, be quiet and boom, all of a sudden, here is my card. You can strike a conversation, even though your intent is to introduce your business to them. That's okay. If they're talking to you, you're talking to them, or you start the conversation, they start the conversation, carry on with the conversation. Don't get so excited about as soon as you start talking to somebody to give them your card. Just carry on with the conversation, and then at some point you'll know when it's the right timing, when it's the right time to give them your card. Because the problem with some people is that when they're talking to a stranger, or you're having a conversation with somebody that you don't know, because you have this business card that is kind of like itching to get out, instead of you carrying a conversation and kind of trying to get to know this person and trying to get a feel of who they are, and instead of paying attention to what they are saying, you quickly start talking about your business. That's not how you want to do it, all right? Just carry on with the conversation, and you will know when to take out that business card and give it to them and tell them a little bit about your business, yeah? Hope you all have your elevator pitch, all right? But if you have more time with them, like sitting in a plane, it doesn't have to be an elevator pitch, you have sometimes, but don't make the entire trip about your business. That can be boring, yeah? Don't give people too much information. Just moderate. Yeah? Bore them with information, and you don't want to talk them into it and then talk them out of it, yeah? There are people who do that. So those are things that you can do offline. Again, always have your business cards with you. Oh, another thing, don't do it in church. I'm telling you guys, many years ago, I'm gonna say almost 10 years ago, probably 10 years ago, I was in church in Dallas, Porter's house, TD Jake's church, and I'm sitting next to somebody in my business back then, and I'm telling you, before service started, she took out her card. She gave it to the person who was sitting next to her. People who are just walking in, and we're sitting and we're waiting. The choir is getting ready. They're getting ready to start the praise and worship, and we're all sitting. Everybody's quiet. Some people are walking in, and she took out her business card and she handed it to the person who was sitting next to her. There was a person in between me and her, so that's the person she gave the business card, and I could not believe that. First of all, I had that was just wrong. That was just wrong. You don't do that. Don't go out to church giving people your business cards when they are sitting in the pews. It's just, listen, maybe it's me, but I just don't think that's the right place to go and network. Now, if you're meeting somebody after church, people are having a conversation, and you meet somebody and you're talking to them and you introduce yourself, you're talking about something, maybe before you part you can say, hey, let me also give you my business card, here is my number, I do XYZ. That is way outside, all right, when service is over, all right? That's how I look at it, but not inside the church. I think we should have a little bit more respect for the church, so we are not going there with an intent to hand out business cards to people in the church, yeah? You remember what Jesus did with people in the church who are trading the doves and the sheep and the cows, whatever they had, and he went in with a whip, turned over the tables, right? So you don't want that to happen to you. It could happen. So anyway, find out where people are prospecting. And even with the church, sometimes your church has events, yeah? You know, sometimes your church will put up events and they will allow you to put up a table. Those are good to do. So find out what's going on. If there are local events in your church, your kids' schools, there are so many places that you guys can go and prospect. All right, but this thing of just approaching people when they are minding their business, trying to enjoy the meal, and here you are trying to get them to buy your product, trying to get them to join your business. And you know, when you do that, most people are looking at you, okay, if you want me to join your business, you're trying to recruit me into your business, and you expect me to do what you're doing. And they may not say that to you, but that's what they're thinking. Because if that's how you are prospecting, what makes them think that when they join your business, you're going to teach them to do it differently? No, in their mind, it's like they cannot see themselves talking to strangers, right? First of all, we have these things since we were little. We were taught to never talk to strangers, and we grow up believing don't talk to strangers, yeah? So people always have that fear, right? Even grown up, you know, when you go out prospecting also, don't go with this fake thing of, oh, I'm just going to go and give somebody a compliment, right? I think it works for some people, but I don't know, when you go and give somebody a compliment and your intent is to just give them your business card, first of all, the compliment has to be genuine. Find something, if you have to do that, find something genuine to compliment them about. Don't tell them their hair look good when clearly they know they're having a bad hair day. All right, don't tell them you like their makeup when they have no makeup on them. All right, that's just silly. So what you want to do is, if you have to compliment somebody, let it be a genuine compliment. But listen, I don't compliment people in order for me to give them my business card. I will compliment somebody if it's a genuine and I like it, and I don't have to give them my card. Now if you have to, that's okay. You know, don't go tell your upline, Lee said we should compliment people, but I shouldn't give them my business card. Now you can give them your business card if you want to, but I'm just saying there are proper ways to network. There are proper ways to meet people. So you do need prospects, but don't be too desperate to a point whereby you're just pushing everybody is your prospect, everybody is your prospect. No, you know, kind of throwing rice on the wall and you're hoping that something is going to stick. You want to be strategic. You want to target your prospect so that when you start working with them, they are qualified prospect. They don't always have to join, but at least it's good to learn how to target. You know, that's why I say networking events. You know, those are people who go there to network. Yeah, so hey, that's a good place to start. Remember that first impression. And remember, you're also not just representing yourself, you're representing your company, because people will form a picture of your company and what your company is about based on how they see you. If they didn't know if I didn't know anything about this company, every time somebody mentioned this company, that's the image I'll have, all right, of the lady in the restaurant with the short dress. It's a no, all the way above. You shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that, all right? And if you have a friend or a business partner and you go out prospecting and they are dressed up like that, I think it's good to tell them. I think I would tell my friends. I don't think my friends will be offended. Or maybe team members that are not friends, I don't know. Or maybe they are not friends, I really don't know. So I just thought, don't let your friends or your team members go out prospecting with you dressed up like that. I would say, you know, that dress is so cute, but it's just a little bit short. A little bit short. So anyway, we'll keep going with this conversation. All right, talk to you guys later.